We're talking to Andrew Robinson of Saxo Capital. And the last time he was here back in, back in the fall of September, when you were here, you predicted that the yen would fall to 85, and it sure did at year's end. So let's get back into predictions for the Japanese currency then. How do you see it playing out? Are you still seeing a weakening trend here for the yen?
Yes, definitely. We think the yen will be a major underperformer for the year. If you look at the relative growth numbers, we think that the Japanese economy will certainly underperform relative to its peers. There's always the risk of deflation in the Japanese economy. The figures are suggesting that they're already in the spiral, and yet they seem to be struggling to find a way out of that predicament. So overall, yes, we are quite bearish on the yen.
Yeah, and bearish on the yen. Do you think there's any impact at all, considering we're seeing Toyota making headlines more and more practically each day, considering we have the president basically testifying in D.C. tomorrow? But people always wonder, is there any sort of impact on the economy from what we're seeing at Toyota, which is one of the country's biggest car companies in general?
I think, yes, there will always be a knee-jerk reaction in the market, certainly, that the stock markets have been, and the stock price has been pushed lower, and the currency, maybe not so much as a lead against these developments, but it all adds to the general bearish tone that we're seeing, really. So I think, yes, overall it does fuel the fire, shall we say.
Okay, and if the yen is going to be an underperformer, what does that mean for, say, that carry trade? Is the carry trade going to come back alive in the year 2010?
I think one thing we've seen a lot in the past 2 months is that the risk-on, risk-off pendulum swings quite frequently, and we need some pretty perfect conditions to be in place before the carry trade actually grabs hold. What we're seeing at the moment is it's on for 1 week, off for the next, on for 1 week, on for the next. Generally, if we see better conditions into the end of this first quarter and the second quarter, then yes, I think the yen carry trade will come back into play.
Okay, and now let me just get some yen levels off. You're looking at 95 this year. Or how is it going to end at the end of the year, maybe 3 months from now?
In the short-term window, shall we say, in 3 months, we're looking at 95. I think we need to hold above this 88 level again. We're hovering around 90 today. I think 88.50 needs to hold. Then we can power away to 95, and we have a much more ambitious target for the end of the year, around about 100.
Oh, that's ambitious. Quickly, because we're running out of time here, Andrew, what about the Aussie dollar, part of the carry trade? You were looking at it to hit maybe 98.50 in the second half of this year. Is that still the case?
I think so. Obviously, the Aussie suffers a lot from the risk-on, risk-off. However, not forgetting we've got the RBA meeting next week, and having missed out on two occasions to hike rates, I think next week will be a chance where they will play catch-up, and so this should help fuel or at least support the Aussie in the near term. Okay,
so 98.50 to the U.S. dollar. Not parity, but pretty close. Okay, Andrew, thank you for that. Andrew Robinson of Saxo Capital.